Welcome to the Soul Happy Success Series. It's your coach and your host, Rebecca. What is up? Let me know in the comments. This video is for you if you're looking to get your first client, you're looking for one client, then this video is for you. What I'm going to teach you here can absolutely teach you how to look for more clients, but we're just focusing on numero uno, number one. So please like and subscribe to this video. It helps so much. And let's really dive in. So step one is your mission, should you choose to accept it, is one client, right? This is not the video where I'm going to break it down by if you want more clients. I'm focusing on one. And I ask you to do this with honesty of what you are committed to doing, because the action that it takes to get, 4 to 10 high ticket clients is a lot. So your coaching business is going to require you to do the work. Like get rich quick doesn't exist in the game of coaching. I've had clients pay, 10K for a funnel or put thousands of pounds or dollars into ads, and they've still not had their first online clients before. And I was like, rewind, let's come back to what actually works. And then they start to get online clients because they're just putting in the work that works. We all want like the easy way out, but if you don't love the pursuit of clients and helping people, then honey, you need to like reframe or make a different decision if you want to be a coach. And I'm just saying that from a place of like love and a place of I know how hard this can be. So if you don't love the pursuit of this is going to be really challenging. And no one out there is saying that. Like I've been in so many like business coaching programs where people are like, oh, you can just like use influencers. You don't have to like sell a product yourself, or you don't have to tell anyone you're in business. And I'm like, no, you totally do. Like that's the essence of it. If you want to help people, you need to be in it. So everyone when they start thinks I want 10 clients, but when you hear what it takes to get that, then if you decided to straight out the gate use this strategy and try and get 10 clients, you're going to burn out. You're going to say it's too hard. And actually it's not too hard. It just takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of understanding. So your mission is one client. Mission step one client, tick, right? Then the second step is statistics. You must know your stats. And the only one that I believe you must know, apart from all your own numbers, is 10 to 1, right? So 10 to 1 is a typical sales conversion. Some people convert higher, some people convert lower. But I use 10 to 1 across the board, especially when I'm talking to my clients, just so that we get an idea of how much work this could actually take, right? So this means if you want one client, you need to have 10 in-depth interactions with people. So in-depth interactions can be, a free coaching course, so like free 3 weeks with me or 4 weeks with me or 6 or 8 or 12, whatever you want to offer. Or it can be, a sales call, but I appreciate these take some confidence. Or it could be a bunch of messages back and forth, building on the concept of know, like, and trust. In-depth interactions, you have to know this person. And yes, I believe when you get to a certain level of success, the results speak for themselves. But when you're just starting and you don't have those, then you have to work a different way. It's very easy for influencers on Instagram to say, I got 100 clients with this link. And it's like, yeah, because you have 100,000 followers. The conversion on that's sick, bro. So if you don't have that many eyeballs on what you're doing, then you have to create it. So imagine that you're working on a 10 to 1 basis for now. That's why when you scale, there are different strategies. But at the beginning, that strategy won't work for you. So to get one client, you need to have 10 really strong interactions like this. And some, again, will convert higher than 10 to 1, right? So step two, stats, 10 to 1. Tick, bonus, nailed it. You're killing it. We're in it. So, step three is strategy. So, every coach has a different strategy from, a rule of 10, send 10 messages to convert to one sales call, post in Facebook groups. Like, you must work out your own conversion. I just work everything on a 10 to 1, and it's never served me wrong. But you do you, right? Post on your own socials, like again, your own conversion, do online events, or workshops, My question is, what feels good to you? What feels good to you? And then with whatever strategy that is, because someone out there, if you're seeing it, is doing it and making bank from it. So if someone is doing it, then it works. And then if you work on again that 10 to 1. So imagine this like a pyramid. So you've got your one client at the top. It will take 10 interactions, in depth interactions, to get you that one client. It will then take 100 conversations, of which only 10 of them convert up. So that's 90 conversations that may never go anywhere, but they might. And then underneath that is 1,000 actions in your strategy. If you can commit right now to doing 1,000 of the thing that you're saying, this is my strategy, if you can commit to 1,000, then you're on the right lines. Now, again, some people will have higher conversion, some people will have lower conversion. I remember my first posts on social media were terrible, like awful. The story of my first live is, oh, it still makes me like want to vomit and cry at the same time. But you get better at those things. So that's why I say give yourself license of 1,000 and track it and track it. Because when you hit 1,000, you'll see this is my conversion. And also, you'll be super proud of yourself. You've hit 1,000, and I can guarantee you'll have clients if you do 1,000 of something. Because the way that works is that you don't just send, I'm not saying tomorrow create 5 Instagram accounts or 10. I don't know how many they cap you at. Maybe it's 100 or 200 or something. Say they capped you at 100. I'm not saying like create 10 Instagram accounts and send 100 messages on each and see what you get back. Some people will tell you to do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying hone one skill, hone one beautiful skill, whether it is YouTube, whether it's podcasts, whether it's posts, whether it's posting in other groups, whether it is messaging people directly, like whatever it is, hone that one skill. That's your strategy. And don't worry about anything else until you've hit 1,000. And then you can decide if it works for you or not. Because so many people quit just before the tipping point, right? So that is step 3, is choose your strategy. I feel like this is like a PlayStation game, and it's like choose your strategy, but here we are. And step 4 is schedule. How are you going to make this happen? When are you going to make this happen? How many are you committed to doing every day or 5 days a week? Or maybe you just have one free day, one free hour. How many are you going to commit to? And then schedule it in. Schedule it in, right? So, for example, like if you want to get 10 sales calls from direct messages, right? Then you're going to have those 100 conversations in direct message. Okay. So that is how the strategy works. But you must take the time. You have to schedule it in. If you wanted to do this, for a month, 5 messages every weekday, take the weekends off, girl, like that's what to do. Or, extra points if you add it into a routine that you have already. Like after I make my morning coffee, I will send my 5 messages to help people. It's really that simple. And it doesn't have to be 5. It can be 1, or it can be 10. Or you can do, 1 day and then 2 the next day, 1 the next day, like whatever works for you. Like you get to decide on what your numbers are, because the thing is that people are like, oh, you need consistency. And like, yes, you do need consistency, but you're better off showing up, on a Monday doing 10 messages, and then the next Monday doing 10 messages and feeling like you're actually being consistent than trying to do 2 every day if that doesn't serve you. If it's something you're going to put off and you're not going to do, then you need to be enticed and excited to do that. So schedule it in, whether it is every day after routine, really useful if you use like after I do something that you already do. So like make your morning coffee, I will do this action. I will post on social media. I will like record a small YouTube video and post it, or a live and post it, right? Whatever it is, after I will, so useful. Or block out some time in your diary. Like if you don't have a Google Calendar and you want to work online at some point, the top tip I can give you is get a Google Calendar. It's So beneficial and useful. So I literally live my life on a Google Calendar. I could go into calendars the whole time. Like, hit me up in the comments if you want to see like what my calendar is like and how I schedule all my shit to take. Literally, I take 2 weeks off pretty much a month from calls right now. It's incredible. So there are amazing ways to work your schedule. But coming back to the point, we all think that we should just return to the deeper healing instead of doing the work. These are your 4 steps. Like, it's very simple. It's very, very simple, right? It is mission, stats, strategy, schedule. And that's how you'll get your first client, right? We stay in the place of like deep healing and inner work because it's easier by comparison, right? It's way more fun to be part of a group training where everyone's pumped up and then not taking any action. It's great to go to a seminar and be all motivated and then be like, oh, the day that I get home, I'm just going to relax. And then everything's gone. It's easier to do those things. Don't do those things. Just do the work. Like, numbers just don't lie. And you have to do it to find out what your numbers will be. And I can promise that you'll end up with more than one client from less than 1,000 actions. I was literally tracking today and I got to like number 7 I was doing. And then someone totally random out of the blue messaged me and was like, hey, I signed up to your program. And I was like, oh, amazing. It took 7. Like, it was a joke. But it's so amazing. And then you can highlight like in your tracker, like you can put a green line, like this is when I got a client. Amazing, beautiful. And keep going with one strategy and keep growing your area of expertise in that one thing. And it may seem monotonous, but good business is boring. So this is what it really takes at the beginning. And those are just some really nice numbers that you can use, because when I started, I certainly didn't have these numbers. Like, I had to work out for myself. So it's a case of take this video and implement it. Like, you're going to give yourself every excuse under the sun to not do the work, to not post on social media, to not send the messages, to not go into the groups. You're going to tell yourself everything under the sun to not do it. And then you're going to tell yourself that you weren't good enough and that your business didn't work when you're plenty fucking good enough. And you could absolutely do this, because you wouldn't have stayed till this point if you weren't. So I hope that was useful for you. If you found it useful, like I said before, like, please like and subscribe. And if you are like, I need more of this fuel, I'm not getting enough like of this clarity, or I want to get started but I don't know where to start, then please hit up the link in the description for an application to work with me. Every budget and everyone in my world gets one-to-one coaching. I'm so passionate about that. So drop in there, and it's literally 3 questions. We'll have a one-to-one call. You can see if we're a good fit. You'll also get some coaching there too. And then the choice is yours. So click the link in the caption. And in the meantime, until next week, I'll be right over here believing in you and knowing that this client is on their way to you. I know it if you're willing to do the work. So I'll see you next week.